Recording. Okay. So, for your homework, let's say 12 through. Why is. Oh, it's not on that page, is it? This is a major fat. You're a fat. Okay. Ooh. Well, so I don't have that page on here, but that's fine. I'll make it work. So number 12 would have been m is less than 7. And the sketch would have been something like, I'm not doing these entirely, it would have been an open circle. It would have been shaded to the left at 7. Number 14 would have been r is less than or equal to. That's maybe it's not quite as off as it looks. Well, it is. I'll fix that later. It's less than or equal to, what would that be? 15? 15. The number line would have had a filled in circle. It would have been shaded to the left. Number 16 would have been b is greater than or equal to 2. It would have had a filled in circle. It would have been shaded to the right. Number 18 would have been, where's 18? There it is. It would have been c is, excuse me, less than or equal to -4. Where'd my water go? It would have had a filled in circle and it would have been shaded to the left. Number 20 would have been m is greater than or equal to 4. It would have been a filled in circle and shaded to the right. Number 22 would have been r is greater than or equal to 22. And it would have been a filled in circle shaded to the right. 24. We went through 32. Is that right? Okay. Yeah. 24 would have been a is less than or equal to -4, right? And it would have been a filled in circle shaded to the left. 26 would have been w is greater than or equal to 5. Let's see, hold on. No, -5, just -5, right? Would have been a filled in circle shaded to the right. 28 would have been x is less than or equal to 5. Would have been a filled in circle shaded to the left. 30 would have started with 2n is greater than n plus 9. And then when you, let's see, does it ask you to solve it? Yes, it does. When you solved it, it would have been n is greater than 9. It would have been an open circle shaded to the right. And number 32 would have been 2n plus 5 is less than or equal to n minus 3. And then when you solved it, it would have been n is less than or equal to -8. It would have been a filled in circle shaded to the left. So, what questions do y'all have on that homework? 32. Oh, I did it again. Control X, new, V. So, number 32 was, I am recording, right? Didn't I say I started recording? Who knows? I am recording. Good. 32 was the sum of twice a number and 5 is at most 3 times the number. Okay, so the first part of it, the is at most, would be your inequality part, right? So what's the left of the inequality? The sum of a number and sum of a twice a number and 5. What would that be? What does sum mean, first of all? Addition. The sum of, we got to figure out what we're going to put on this side and what we're going to put on this side. If you're not going to communicate through voice, you need to communicate through chat. So do one or the other. Okay. So the sum of twice a number, what would twice a number be?
I think you're doing 31.
Am I? Oh. LOL joke JK. LOL joke K. So let's try again. The sum of 3 times the number and -4 is at least twice the number plus 8. So the sum, we still set that's still plus in the middle, right? Okay, so we still got to figure out what's going to live on that side and what's going to live on that side. So 3 times the number, what would that be? So 3n, right? So the sum of 3 times the number and a -4, so plus -4, right?
Yeah, or just minus 4, right?
Or just -4, that's right. Either one of those would be fine. Is at least. So this is at least. Twice the number. So why did I put greater than when it says is at least? Is that may be the question there. Yeah, because as this is at least, so it's got to be bigger than whatever. So it's kind of, it sounds backwards and a little bit confusing, but that's what's going on there. Good morning, Ryan. Did you just wake up? No, quit lying. No, okay. Oh yeah, actually I know that because you joined the meeting like a long time ago. I got an email saying Ryan has joined the meeting. It was at like 8 or something. This is major fat. All right, very good. Yeah. So where were we? At least twice the number plus 8. So how would we write that? Yeah. And then, so there's your equation. 3n minus 4 is greater than or equal to 2n plus 8. So now we can solve that thing for n. So what would we do to solve that thing for n? Sounds like a great plan. So minus 2n over here and minus 2n over there. So n minus 4 is greater than or equal to 8. So now what? So n is greater than or equal to 12. Oh, yeah.
And I think you also were doing 31 for the answer too, because you said 7.
7.
When you were saying the answer, you did 31, probably.
Quite possibly. Well, 31 is n is less than or equal to -8. So who knows what I was saying?
That's what you did.
Who knows what I did? 0 and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. A filled in circle and shaded this way. And there it is. Any other questions on this homework set? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Why is that? Number 30 says. I hear you. Are you 30? You're just testing something. Well, did it work out? No, the mute button does not work. All right. So are you? Well, yeah, that's what it should be. So 30. See if I can read the correct one this time. Was twice a number is more than the sum of that number and 9. So how are we going to do this one? So 2 times a number. What am I going to write here? To n. And then what should I do?
It'd be greater than n plus 9.
And then to solve it, what would I do? Subtract n on both sides. That n cancels, leaving us with just n is greater than 9. We would do our number line. Put our 0 on here. We would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We would put an open circle, label it 9, and we would shade to the right. Questions on that problem? No?
Since we're on Zoom, are we going to leave like 45 minutes early? Or not early, but like, is the Zoom going to end?
It will end, and then we'll reconnect. Yeah, it gives me a warning at 10 minutes. But since I decided to not worry about getting a new link out and all of that crap, because it was effectively going to work out the same way because of the setup I'm using right now. I'm able to actually record through OBS instead of Zoom. And so it's effectively the same way. There might be a half a second where I talk to nobody and look like a fool. Maybe I'll say something goofy to you, so you have to go watch back the recording to see what I said while you were absent. But who knows? But because of the way I was doing recording, I decided not to worry about the extra stuff. All right. Oh, look, y'all want to solve that? 3 variable system right there. Let's do that one. LOL, JK. Don't get too scared. We're not even going to do that in this class at all. Meat and mischief. All right. So, any other questions on this homework assignment?
No.
Absolutely not. Okay. Number 28, he says. Time is it? I think we have plenty of time, don't we? 10:37. Yeah, we've got time. We do, in fact, have the time. So, number 28 is 6x plus 5 is greater than or equal to 7x. So, Aiden, what are we going to do with this guy?
Get the 7x. Oh, wait. Wait a minute.
There's a couple of different ways we could go about it. There's several different ways we could go. Which one do you want to go, buddy? Since this was your question.
Get the 6 in plus the 7 in.
So you're wanting to move the 6 or the 7 or what?
Move the 6 and add it to the 7.
Okay, now we wouldn't add it to the 7, right?
Subtract it.
There you go. So that one cancels. And we're left with 5 is greater than or equal to x, right? So now what do we need to do? Because there's one more thing we need to do since this is an inequality. Switch them around. That's right. So what do we end up with as our final answer here? X is less than or equal to 5. This thing is giving us our 10-minute warning. So in 10 minutes, it's going to kick you off. You just join back in with the same link. Okay. And then we draw our number line. We put our 0. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We put a 5. Put a filled in circle, shade to the left. I wish I had this kind of setup while I was live in class. That would be awesome. Maybe someday we'll have our own building, but not for a while. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I think let's move on to our next lesson. Let me get my notes open. We'll see. I was thinking there might be a slight chance that we get through 2 different lessons today, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen, but we'll find out. I'll just download one for now and see what happens. Okay, you go away and... Okay. I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit more because I can. See if I can use my space a little bit better. Because this is a pretty high-res image. All right, so we're going to do lesson. That's going to be too much. Lesson 2. Which is going to be entitled Solving Inequalities by multiplication and division. Okay. We're going to jump in with an example. Oop. I needed that. Come back. That would be 87. No, LOLJK. How about 86? Yeah, that's what I want right there. Oh, I did need 87, in fact. Sorry, it's a little bit different doing it from the textbook, being able to flip pages and whatever else. So we're going to do a word problem. I think I'm going to type it because it's going to be easier for y'all to see. But I need to make it smaller. All right. Of the... What the heck font is that? What the heck is happening? How about that font and make it bigger? Of the students surveyed at Madison High School, fewer than 80 said they have never purchased an item online. This is about 1/8 of those surveyed. How many students were surveyed? Okay, so we're going to write an inequality. Oh yeah, I know. We don't want to do the text layer. Hold on, right here. Give me that. Thank you. Well, bam. Isn't that cute? Okay. So, what is our inequality going to look like? Where are our key informations here? What are we looking at? Let's start with that. 84, fewer than 84, right? And this is about 1/8 of those surveyed, right? Okay, so what are we going to do now? So how this is kind of like that 30 and 32 where we're writing an equation or an inequality.
So it's gonna be 84 less than.
Let's put it on the right. It's got to be fewer than 84, right? So the less than's got to go this way. Does that make sense? Kind of, sort of. Okay. And then about 1/8 of the students, right? So there it is. Now we got to solve it, right? Excuse me.
Multiply everything times the reciprocal of 1/8.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to multiply 8 over 1 on both sides. So, S is less than, what's 84 times 8?
672.
I agree. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Okay. We're going to do another example. This one is not going to be a word problem this time.
Do you have to graph the answer to the word problem one?
Only if it tells you to.
Okay.
Theoretically. And actually, really, probably on a word problem. Oop. I don't know what goofy thing I want to say to y'all since you're not here, but I'm coming back. Here I am. Blammo. I'm back. Welcome back. So, what I was going to say before I was so rudely interrupted by the stupid technology is that really, probably, technically speaking, to properly answer a word problem, you would want to write it as kind of a sentence. So the probably most correct answer for this problem would be the phrase fewer than 672 students were surveyed. Okay. So that would probably be the most correct answer for this problem. That makes sense?
Yes.
Good. All right. So let's do another example. Okay. So, example 2 is negative 3/7. Move my negative over a little bit so I can do stuff with it. Negative 3/7 is less than 21. Now, I said in last class that solving inequalities is the same as solving equations with one exception. This is the exception right here. And that is if, in order to solve it, we have to either multiply or divide both sides by a negative, then that takes and it flips the inequality around. That makes sense? Not quite, but kinda, sorta. Okay? So what that means in context is, of course, to solve this one, we know we multiply both sides by negative 7/3, right? Because that's how we get rid of fractions. Oh, I left off the variable, didn't I? How about negative 7/3 r? Right? So this cancels on this side, leaving us just with r. Now, since we multiplied or divided by a negative, it's r is greater than. And then what's negative 7/3 times 21? Negative 49. We're going to go ahead and graph that solution. So we're going to draw our number line. We're going to put our 0. What do y'all want to count by? Sure. That's actually probably a really good idea. So negative 7, negative 14, negative 21. I probably made my tick marks too big, didn't I? Negative 21, negative 28, negative, what comes next? 4, 5 times 7 is 30. 5, negative 35, negative 30. No, what am I saying? Negative 42, negative 49. Did I count right? Nobody's screaming that I did it wrong, so I guess maybe I got it right for once. So is this going to be an open or closed circle? Open. So we're going to shade to the right or to the left? The right. Makes sense to everybody? Good. Good.
Why do you flip around the inequality sign?
Well, let's the short answer for us for our classes, because that's the rule and you do it. But to give you a better answer, let's plug in a number that would live over here and kind of prove that it does work. And let's kind of answer your question through proof, essentially. So what's a number that lives somewhere in here? Somebody give me one. 5 probably lives over here. Sure. So negative 3, 5 is definitely in our set for sure. So that's fine. Either way. So negative 3/7 times 5 should be less than 21. So what is negative 3/7 times 5? I don't really care whether it's decimal or a fraction or a whatever else. Just need an answer.
It says negative 3/7.
Should be negative 15/7, right? Did you multiply?
My calculator says.
You punched it in wrong. You didn't do times 5. Something had happened. Negative 3/7 times 5 should be what's happening there.
Yeah, negative 15/7 is what I got.
Negative 15/7 which is negative whatever that is, negative 2 1/7, something along those lines. So is negative 15/7 or negative 2 1/7 less than 21? Yes or no? Yes. Yay. That's not quite an answer to your question. The short answer to your question, like I say, as far as like how you want to get this in your brain, is the answer is because you do. This is not a why it works. This is more of this proves that it does work. Does that help? Okay, good. You're just happy about the stupid smiley face. I know. Don't even lie. Okay, so I want y'all to solve these two on your own. And then we will, actually, I don't even have to pause the recording. That's awesome, actually. That's good. I think I'm going to, no, that's a bad idea. If I put this over here, how stupid is it going to be? Kind of stupid. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Got to figure out the best setup for this. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. No problemo. I got this. All right, I'm going to do two examples. Or we'll do guided practices. We'll call it that. GP number 1. 60 t is greater than 8. And guided practice number 2 is going to be negative 7d is less than or equal to 147. So y'all do those, and then we'll come back and check our work here in a second.
What was the second question?
OMG. It was negative d is less than or equal to 147.
I thought it was
Negative
negative 70.
7. Negative 7d is less than or equal to 147. You're welcome.
And one was 6t divided by 8.
60t. Let me actually I just accidentally wrote an error, so let me just bring it back up on the screen because it won't help you anyway. There they are. There is an error in the pink stuff, so don't think that that's correct. I wonder if I can. What will be really interesting. I bet I'll have to figure that out later. There's probably a way that I can just leave something up on the screen that way, but that's okay. I'll figure that out later.
Are we supposed to graph these?
Yes, sir. Okay, how we doing? We got those done? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Almost. All right, I'll give y'all a second or two more before I switch it back. All right. So that's what we should have gotten. Let's see, my face is in the way. Let me move my face. There we go. That's what we should have gotten. Any questions on those? Excuse me.
So you divide off the numbers, you don't add them or subtract them?
Not when they're multiplied, because this is, it says like in an equation. This, when we have a number right next to a variable, those are multiplied. And so to get rid of the multiplication, we divide. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're like in a Halo land or something.
The snow is really bright outside.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions on that? Was good. Any other questions on this one? No? Okay. Let's see. Let me pull up my next page. Should be 80. Oh, that was it. Okay, good. Good. Let me pull up. Yeah, let me pull back up. We're going to assign some homework. What time is it? Ooh, good. We may actually do as much as I was hoping we were going to do. That would be great. Ryan, I haven't heard anything from you in a long time, man. Are you still alive out there?
I am still alive.
Good. Glad to hear it. You ready to have some homework? And then possibly some more homework?
Woo!
Woot. Let's go. I think these are the pages that we want. Yes, they are. Does that look right? Yes, it does. All right. So, let me see. Let me minimize this so I can see what's happening. If I write right here, can y'all see it? Yes, you can. Okay. If I stay in this space, then I bet we will be fine. Let's make a homework color. There's not any colors that start with H, are there? That's all right. Homework. Hot pink does start with H. This looks pretty hot pink. Page. What is this? 295. And we're going to do numbers. What I want to do is numbers that 10. Yeah, 10 through 28 evens. So there's that homework, and then we're going to start the next lesson, which is perfect because that's where I wanted to be. Ooh, I may, because of the way I've been able to zoom, I may actually let this live on the same document. That sounds great. Okay. I want zoom and right here. All right, so let me pull up my notes. We may not finish it. We probably aren't going to get a second homework set. I know y'all are really broken up about it, but we will start the next lesson anyway. Where are they? Oh, there they are.
Yay!
Quit crying. LOL, JK. This one, so this is that one and that one. So 90 and 92. Okay. This is going to be lesson 3. Solving multi-step. I don't know. We could do this in 5 minutes. We'll see. Probably not, but maybe. Because I know Ryan would be really sad if we don't get another homework set. Wouldn't you, Ryan? He's not even going to answer. Where'd my Zoom go? I can't see y'all anymore. Come back. Come back to me. There's our Zoom. Where'd my chat go? Nobody's even doing anything in the chat. The chat is sad right now. It's okay. It's okay. I understand. Inequalities. IES, because spelling. How does that sound? Pretty good? Good. I'm glad. Quit crying. There's no crying in baseball. We're going to start with example 1. Now, I have said at least twice, probably more times at this point, that solving inequalities is the same as solving equations, with one exception, which we've learned the one exception today. So all the steps and all the best practices and all the things are all the same as what we've learned so far. Okay, so we're going to solve and graph this guy. We're going to do negative 11 y minus 13 is greater than 42. So we're going to solve it and we're going to graph it. So what should we do first? Add 13 to both sides sounds like a great idea. So plus 13 plus 13. Those cancel, leaving us with negative 11y is greater than, what's 42 plus 13? 55. Said it first. 55. Now what are we going to do? Oh, I don't even know who said it first. That was like a fight right there. Divide by negative 11. Okay. So, what should I write down next, ladies and gentlemen? Lies! Did I divide by a negative? Yeah, I was hoping somebody would say that wrong so I could yell lies. Because remember, when we divide a negative, we flip the inequality. Little bit tricksy. Is less than, what's 55 divided by negative 11? Negative 5. You don't have to be salty. Calm down. So we're going to graph that thing Hayden's just mad he didn't say it first or, at all. Ha ha ha. There you go. There you go. So we're going to put our 0 on here. We're going to count by fives, negative, or by fives. 1, -2, -3, -4, -1. Label -5. We're going to have a filled in or an open circle. Open. Open circle. Which direction is the word I'm trying to say? Direction are we going to shade? It is left because it's less than. Yeah, well, not quite, but kinda. Well, it's actually sort of right. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's not quite, but conceptually, it's extremely similar. And depending on what context, it could be the right thing. So there are our answers. Makes sense to everyone. Okay, good. We're going to do a couple of GPs. Good. You're going to do a couple of GPs. First one is going to be 23 is greater than or equal to 10 minus 2w. And the second one is going to be 43 is greater than -4y plus 11. Now, these GPs are now part of your homework assignments. You need to finish those along with the stuff. We'll come back and look at these guided practices, GPs, and we will then also look at your homework, and we will continue and all of that. Sound good? Any questions before we leave? No, no, no. Okay, sounds good. We shall see y'all laters. Goodbye.